upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings in chains and their nobles in fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Cornelia, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Ms. Jones was kind enough to replace me last month doing the minutes, so these are courtesy of her. The meeting was presided over by Elder Reagan, Registered Association President. Mrs. Sharon Allison, Senior Marketing Specialist from Pennsylvania Life Insurance Company. Ms. Allison is willing to do a self-analysis to see that everyone has what they need. For further information, if further information is needed, please contact Mrs. Allison or Ms. Wright or Resident Social Coordinator. A surprise visit from State Representative Kathy Ash came by and graced us with her presence. Ms. Kathy Ash informed us about Andy Young exhibit she had attended at downtown Atlanta by the old station to bring the Ash Advocate. That's it. Okay. Now it will be in order. Matthew.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Matthew Cardinale. I wear several hats. I'm the news editor with Atlanta Progressive News, which is an internet news service. I've been reporting and doing a lot of research and investigation of the Atlanta Housing Authority over the last year and a half. And so I started coming to the citywide meetings, which is where I met Ms. Rayton and found out what was going on with the senior high-rise. I've been working a lot with Ms. Rayton behind the scenes, trying to help her to do advocacy work for the association. And she has been on the phone with HUD officials. She's been sending correspondence to AHA, and she's just been doing such a wonderful job for you all. She's really... She's, I'm sure she probably doesn't tell you about all the work that she's doing behind the scenes, but she's really, I mean, every day. It's gotten to the point where every day has become crucial. Now, I'm also a student at Georgia State University, so actually what ended up happening was several of my colleagues I was able to convince to do a large-scale study of what was going on in public housing. That's the study where they came out on Saturday here. That study is actually being done on behalf of the RAB Board, which is the citywide resident association for all public housing, also working with Ms. Rayton, also working with all the individual associations. And so the study is not an AHA study, it's a Georgia State study. And in fact, it's really a study commissioned by the resident associations. So that's really what AHA doesn't like, is they've been saying what a success all the evictions have been. And so all the studies that have been done previously were based on information provided by AHA. So this will be our first opportunity to collect independent data going straight to the voices of the people and asking them questions like you were able to answer questions and say what was on your mind on Saturday. That was the kind of opportunity we're looking for, and I'm very troubled to hear about the oppression and repression and violation of First Amendment rights. This is a democracy, and it's really sad that I have to say that, but I just want to remind people that this is a democracy, this is not a dictatorship, this is not communism, and therefore the first thing that we have is the right to free speech. We also have the right to freedom of association, and we have an attorney who has shared with us that y'all are allowed to have the guests that you want. I mean, unless they're committing crimes on that property, you should be allowed to have the guests that you want. So they were in the wrong on Saturday. Then the fact that you all went downstairs and did that work on the sidewalk, that was your right. You weren't even on their property. You had the right to do it on their property, but they're the ones who were breaking the law. So, but y'all acquiesced, you went on the sidewalk. There should be nothing that they can say about that. And this is getting to be about more than just public housing. This is about getting to be about free speech in the United States. So I just want to encourage people to stay strong. We are going to be talking to attorneys, and we're not going to let anything happen to you as a result of your willingness to speak out, because that's wrong, and we're not going to allow that to happen. So just stay strong and do not be afraid to speak out, whether it's to Georgia State, to the person at the grocery store. You have that right. This is still America.
Hey, can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, I want to start it off. Number one thing, that play in front of the street, that's a dump. And so another thing, a lot of crime do go on in that place.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Wherever you need to go, I will take it. And you can put me on television. What else? I'm gonna tell you up front, we're gonna stick out now.
Okay. Well,
Well, I don't think what we live in is a dump. I would not call my home a dump.
okay.
That could be, it's a lot of work done on it.
Sure.
It's not no dump.
Okay.
I don't live on a dump.
Okay. Let me talk about some facts as it relates to Palmer House, because we do have an architectural report that was done by a Praxis 3 firm. Now, AHA sent this report into HUD as their evidence that Palmer House needed to be torn down, all the residents evicted, and them saying that they don't have enough money. Now, number one, it says that the buildings are structurally sound and that they have been well maintained. The only two issues, structural deficiencies that they mention is the exterior curtain wall and glazed openings is in need of refurbishment and the glazing is not insulated. And then the other thing that they said was that there was some standing water on the roof. Now, according to AHA's own budget, both of those things can be fixed for $85,000. $85,000. That's the first thing. Now, the next thing you need to know is that they have already set aside money for relocation. They have to certify to HUD that they have a certain amount of money to pay for relocation. That amount of money for Palmer House is, I believe, $1.7 million. She has the exact number, but it's around $1.7 million. So that means that that's money that's available to fix the two physical issues that I just mentioned, as well as put in some additional improvements, whether it be heaters, whether it be addressing some of the things that are going on. Right. Right.
Yeah, sewer system, like to go without hot water a lot of times. Sometimes you have to turn the water off and fix the boiler. They replaced the boiler.
Ain't nothing wrong with the boiler. We put a new boiler, and I done had city council fighting all the time. I know the game don't fight, and it's a good cause, you know, we try get rid of the old people out here and put younger people over there, and try to fix up the younger people over there. They like to be over there in Capitol Hall. They'll might get built. They'll stay there. They'll tow all the other apartments up, build all over, they'll keep the other building, and try to get into Georgia State school. Think I don't know what they're doing. I'm very smart. They need to get sheriff from out of government to get out of the map. All them people in politics need to get out of the map.
Thank you later. Go ahead, ma'am.
So